Hello friends, in this video tutorial I will show you the practical example of the constructor. Let's see with practical. Here I am using the Eclipse as a IDE, Integrated Development Environment. First of all, I have to click on the file and then click on the new and take a Java project. Here we need to write my project name, so I am giving my project name as a constructor demo and then click on the next and then finish. Okay, my project displayed under the package explorer. Look here, constructor demo, and simply explore it and then right click on the SRC. A pop-up menu will be displayed here and click on the new and take a class. Here we need to write my class name, so I am giving here my class name as employee and modifier as a public, superclass as a java.lang.object, and which method stubs would you like to create. I need to check the public static void main string args main method and then click on the finish. Okay, my class is created successfully here, and within the class I am going to create the default constructor and parameterized constructor. First we discuss default constructor. Default constructor cannot have any parameter, so you simply declare here the default constructor public employee then bracket and then curly bracket. Look here, the constructor name same as a class name, so I am giving here the employee as the same as a class name and public as a access modifier, you well known, and constructor don't have any return type, so I am not giving the explicit return type to the constructor, and simply I am putting here the message system.out.println and println, and here I am simply writing this is default constructor. Okay, and here I am declaring two variables, int emp id and string emp name. Okay, and this is the default constructor because this constructor don't have any parameter, and within the body of this constructor I am simply using this statement and print this is default constructor onto the screen. And the default constructor simply provide the default values to the data members of the class. Means look here, emp id and their data type as int, so default constructor initialize the value as a 0 and the emp name as a string, their data type as a string, and default constructor simply provide the null to the string, and then press enter here and creating another constructor imply and giving here the argument, two arguments, Look here, I'm passing int I and string as a name. So this is the default constructor, and this is the parameterized constructor, because we are passing two arguments, our parameters I and name, and then I'm right here the emp id equals to I, and emp name equals to name. Then press enter. Look here, I am assigning here the value of I into the emp id and the value of name into the emp name variable. And just here I am creating a method show to display the values of emp name and emp id. System dot out dot println, and here I am passing here the emp id and giving here the space, and then emp name, and save it. Okay, the show method simply display the value of emp id, imply id, and emp name onto the screen when you call the object. And just we come inside the main method, and inside the main method I am going to create the object of the imply class, employ obj1 equal new imply, and then bracket. Look here, this is the default constructor. Look here, this is the class name, this is the object name new, and this is the default constructor, because here I am not passing the any argument. And obj1 dot show, we are calling here the show method with the help of object 1, and here I am calling the default argument. Due to this, the imply id and the imply name will be displayed here 0 and null, because the default constructor initialize the value of the data members to integer as a 0 and string as a null. I am creating here the another object imply class obj2 equal new imply, and passing here the argument 1 comma round, and terminated with semicolon. Look here, this is the imply class name, and object name as obj2 new and imply, and here I am calling the parameterized constructor and passing the two argument, I as a 1 and name as a round. And look here, the 1 value assigned to the I variable and the round value assigned to the name variable, and the value of I1 is assigned to the emp id as a 1, and name round assigned to the emp name. And with the help of this object, if we call the show method obj2 dot show method, on that case it will print the value emp id as a 1 and name as a round, and simply save it. You take care of one thing, that default constructor always provide the default value or initialize the default value to the object, integer value as a 0 and string value as a null. So the initial value of the object 1 and the EMP ID and the EMP name as a 0 and null. And here I am passing in the parameterized constructor I am passing the two arguments, I as a 1 and name as a round. So with the help of second object obj2, we are calling the show method. It will print the EMP ID as a 1 and name as a round. If we are calling the show method with the help of object 1, on that case it will display the 0 and null value. Okay, look here, this is the whole program. No any doubt? I think you don't have any doubt, right? And I have to save the program and run the program. Then right click on the project, pop-up menu will be displayed here, and simply run as Java application. Okay, look here, this is default constructor. First of all, we are calling the default constructor, so it will print the message this is default constructor, and then EMP ID as a 0 and EMP name as a null. And second parameterized constructor display or assign the value to the EMP ID as a 1 and name as a round. Thank you friends, please subscribe my channel and like my video. Thanks for watching my video. If you want to any other about constructor, then you will watch my previous lecture about the constructor. We are briefly describe the constructor, what is constructor, default constructor and parameterized constructor with the help of examples in a slide. And here I am simply demonstrate with the help of practical example using Eclipse ID. Thank you friends.